Are we seriously doing this again, Leafs Nation? Just when we thought the goaltending carousel might finally be slowing down, just when a semblance of stability seemed to be taking root in the most scrutinized position in hockey, a new, utterly baffling rumor emerges, threatening to throw the entire operation into a fresh spiral of uncertainty. Have we learned nothing from the past? Are we truly condemned to repeat the same perplexing patterns, chasing shadows, when we should be building a fortress? Because if the latest whispers are true, the Toronto Maple Leafs are once again flirting with a decision that could undermine their carefully constructed plans and leave fans shaking their heads in exasperation. Welcome back to the channel, where we tackle the tough questions and dissect the moves that define our beloved Maple Leafs. Today, we're diving headfirst into a story that has the potential to inject unnecessary drama into what should be a period of focused preparation. The season is on the horizon, the puck is about to drop, and yet the Leafs find themselves linked to a player who, frankly, makes little sense for their current goaltending landscape. We're talking about the alleged interest in Boston Bruins netminder Michael DiPietro, a pursuit that, if real, could unravel the fragile stability Toronto has painstakingly tried to establish. This isn't just about adding another body, it's about the very philosophy of team building, the development of young talent, and the urgent need for certainty as the quest for the Stanley Cup begins anew. Let's set the stage, because understanding the current goaltending picture is crucial to grasping the sheer head-scratching nature of this latest rumor. The Toronto Maple Leafs are indeed heading into the 2025 to 2026 season with a significant question mark between the pipes. While the recent 4-year extension for Anthony Stolarz provided a much-needed anchor, solidifying him as the presumed 1A, the news of Joseph Woll's indefinite absence due to personal reasons cast a long, unsettling shadow. While a promising young talent was expected to be a key part of the tandem, and his unavailability created an immediate void that needed to be addressed with precision and foresight. In response to Woll's situation, the Leafs made a calculated move, claiming Cayden Primeau via waivers. This acquisition was widely seen as a smart, low-risk play, bringing in a young goaltender with NHL experience and a high pedigree, ready to step into a backup role and potentially push Stolarz. Alongside Primeau, the organization has Dennis Hildeby, a towering prospect who has been patiently developing in the system, waiting for his opportunity to prove he belongs at the highest level. With Stolarz, Primeau, and Hildeby, the goaltending depth chart, while not without its challenges, appear to be taking shape. Stolarz, a proven commodity under coach Craig Berube's system, offered a reliable presence. Primeau, a fresh face with potential, provided competition and a safety net. And Hildeby, the homegrown talent, represented the future. It was a structure that, on paper, offered a blend of experience, potential, and a clear path forward. The release of James Reimer from his PTO further cemented this vision, signaling that the team had its core group. But then, like a rogue puck bouncing off the boards and into the stands, a new report emerged, courtesy of James Murphy of the RG. Murphy dropped a bombshell, stating that the Maple Leafs, along with the Flames and Hurricanes, have already shown commercial interest in Michael DiPietro, the Boston Bruins goaltender. This isn't just idle speculation. Murphy went on to quote coaches who believe that teams in need of backups would love to sign him via waivers because they see him as a potential 1B, not just a backup. On the surface, the idea of adding a goalie with 1B potential might sound appealing, a move to further bolster depth. But when you peel back the layers and examine the Leaf-specific situation, this alleged interest in DiPietro doesn't just seem puzzling. It feels downright counterproductive, a potential misstep that could destabilize the very foundation they've just laid. Let's break down why this alleged pursuit of Michael DiPietro is not just a head-scratcher, but a genuine cause for concern for any fan who craves stability and logical decision-making. First and foremost, the Leafs have just acquired Cayden Primeau. This wasn't a casual signing, it was a waiver claim, a deliberate move to bring in a specific type of goaltender to fill a specific need. Primeau is young, has NHL experience, and was brought in to complement Stolarz and provide a reliable option. To immediately pivot and pursue another goaltender of similar profile, like DiPietro, would be to essentially double down on a position that already has a newly established pecking order. What message does that send to Primeau, who has just arrived and is looking to establish himself? It creates unnecessary friction, an internal competition that, while healthy in some contexts, feels redundant and disruptive here. Furthermore, adding DiPietro would consume valuable cap space. In the tight-fisted world of the NHL salary cap, every dollar counts. To allocate resources to another goaltender without a clear, undeniable upgrade is a luxury the Leafs simply cannot afford, especially when they have other roster needs. Is DiPietro a significant improvement over Primeau? His NHL experience is limited, and while coaches may see 1B potential, that potential is largely unproven at the highest level. For a team aiming for immediate contention, making a risky bet on a goaltender with minimal NHL track record is a gamble that carries far too much downside. It's a roll of the dice when what's needed is a steady hand. And what about Dennis Hildeby? The young Swede is a legitimate prospect, a player the organization has invested in, and whose development is crucial for the long-term health of the goaltending pipeline. If DiPietro were to be brought in, it would inevitably push Hildeby further down the depth chart, potentially limiting his opportunities for NHL minutes or even a clear path to the show. You don't develop future starters by constantly bringing in stopgap solutions that block their progress. It's a risk to Hildeby's development and a risk to the future of the Leafs' goaltending. This isn't just about the present, it's about the delicate balance between immediate needs and long-term vision. Consider the context. Coach Craig Berube. He's a no-nonsense, results-oriented coach who values structure and reliability. Anthony Stolarz, the presumed 1A, is already proven within Berube's system, having played for him previously. This familiarity is a significant asset, providing a bedrock of certainty. Introducing another new goaltender, especially one with limited NHL experience and an uncertain fit, would create unnecessary friction and potentially disrupt the chemistry that Berube is trying to cultivate. In October, as the season kicks off, a team needs certainty, not experiments. The situation with Joseph Woll already represents a significant, unavoidable instability. To willingly introduce more instability through a questionable acquisition is a baffling strategic choice. A season isn't won in October, that much is true, but crucial ground can be lost. Early season struggles, particularly in net, can snowball, eroding confidence and creating a hole that's incredibly difficult to climb out of. The Leafs need to hit the ground running, and that requires a clear, stable goaltending plan. The Stolarz-Primeau-Hildeby structure, while not perfect, offered that clarity. It provided a veteran presence, a capable backup, and a promising prospect. To disrupt this with an unproven commodity like DiPietro, especially after just making a move for Primeau, feels like a step backward. A move born of panic rather than strategic foresight. So, what's the takeaway here, Leafs Nation? The alleged interest in Michael DiPietro is a perplexing development that raises serious questions about the team's goaltending strategy. It risks destabilizing a newly formed tandem, hindering the development of promising young goalies, and consuming valuable cap space without a clear, undeniable improvement. The Leafs need certainty and stability, not more experiments, especially with Joseph Woll out indefinitely. It's time for focus, for commitment to the plan that was just put in place, and for a clear vision that prioritizes long-term success over short-term, questionable gambles. What are your thoughts on this latest rumor? Does the idea of pursuing DiPietro make any sense to you, or are you as frustrated as we are by the potential for unnecessary drama? Let us know in the comments below. Your passion and insights are what make this community thrive. And if you found this report insightful and thought-provoking, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive analysis and hard-hitting commentary. We're here to keep you informed and engaged every step of the way as our beloved Leafs navigate the highs and lows of another season. Let's keep the conversation going.